Hey, water signs, how y'all doing? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, all placements in between. So if you have water anywhere in your chart, it doesn't have to be in your big three. This could be for you, all right? Use your discernment and intuition, all right? So what is there to know for my water signs? You need time to process things, okay? You may be extremely busy at the moment or busy as of lately in this world where you're trying to, I hear like stability is a big thing for you as of this year, as of this month, it feels like, okay? Whenever you're seeing this, it's going to be a big theme for you. And sometimes you forget about yourself in that journey, all right? Where you're trying to gain traction with your money, and then you just forget about all the stuff that's bothering you on the inside, the eternal world there. You're stopping at nothing to get something, as far as your goals are concerned, but there's a part of you that needs to attend to yourself. Like, don't forget about yourself. You got to be there for yourself. Sometimes you put yourself to the side, is what I'm getting, because of the whole stability mindset that you have, is what I feel. All right. So, yeah, at the bottom. So, yeah, you're going through this. You're allowing spirit to like take care of things for you. Um, and you have the Knight of Cups here. It's an energy of you have to be honest with yourself. Yeah, that's what it's been as of so far. You've been honest with yourself. Even from last year, you've been honest with yourself a lot. Do you get sidetracked a lot in connections? Are they, you know, contributing to your distraction? Are they contributing to your lack thereof, or walking away from something here with this Eight of Cups? Um, having to show courage, walk away, that kind of thing. Yeah, we have the Tower. So last year was not, the easiest year, I feel like, for you water signs, okay? It was not the easiest of years, okay? Sudden changes in relationships, sudden fallout, sudden, people opening up to you, admitting that they're jealous of you, things of that nature, okay? And your view of them changed, and their view of you was hidden for a long time, but spirit just came in and just had to let you know, hey, this person isn't for you. You're getting a little too sidetracked. You're getting a little too caught up in their business, and it becomes your issue. So you had to make a hard decision and just let them go, And then from there, it became more of you becoming a priority, your money becoming a priority, and your goals becoming a priority. So we have 16 here, so it could have been the last 16 weeks ago, 16 days ago, 16 months ago, something like that, all right, that this took place, I feel like, because it is about stability now. It's about stability. That's what it is, especially this month. It's about stability for a lot of y'all. Yeah, we have the Page of Wands in the second house of your self-worth, self-love, resources, how you make and spend your money, all right? So, yeah, there's an energy of focusing on money and worth. How do you feel about money? How do you feel about, it's that poverty kind of energy, that poverty mindset that you may fall into at times. Or, you're just like a survival mode energy. You're trying to get out of that, okay? With all this yellow here and this, this, how this man in this card here, he's very much, dressed up and all that stuff. So you're trying to, there's something about your appearance, there's something about how you dress, there's something about how you carry yourself just in general. It's changed a lot in the last 2 months, 2 weeks, like something like that. 2 months, 2 weeks, I'm going to say. Like there's something that's changed within you and how you carry yourself, how you have your hair, how you, just like I mentioned, how you dress, your style is changing. Like I see that for y'all, water signs. That's what I'm seeing here. Is like it's the big focus. It's like wow, I could get so much done just by focusing on myself, you know. Wow, I could get so much done if I just when I focus on stability or, you know, my job or whatever. You know, I get so much done, like that kind of energy. Okay, because when you were focusing some in other places, it was just spirit had to get your attention. Is like you were being way too involved in this person's life, you know, whether you realize that or not. Um, because you're trying to cling to an old version of yourself that was connected to that person. Therefore, spirit had to get involved and remind you, hey, you know, you need to focus on yourself and focus on everything that you're trying to get done, your growth and all that. Okay. So yeah, we have the Emperor. So Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, or Gemini person here is significant and had a lot to do with this. Maybe this is the person that you were involved with, you know, it could be like that. I feel like, okay, the number 4 deals with the planet Uranus, which is unexpected change. So like there was conflicting, like this person had tried to have like dominance over you, you know, or undermined you or talk down on you, or like didn't really say what they felt, or they were very passive aggressive or something like that, you know, towards you. Okay, and this is like you started noticing the real person um showing up the last couple months, you know, and then that's when things started to happen the way they did. And then you went in a different direction, they went in a different direction, that kind of stuff. Okay. So yeah, I just feel like you were you were not in a situation where it was ideal for you at all. Okay. You were not putting yourself first here. You were not doing any of these things. You were just allowing somebody else to tell you how to think. Okay. Very similar to the fire sign energy reading I did yesterday. So this is like that type of energy. But this, of course, the Emperor card to me always feels like or like a like cardinal energy. So cardinal energy meaning Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn energy. That's what it feels like. This could be just with yourself too. Like you're just telling yourself that, you know, I don't need to, you know, I don't need to do that. I don't need to. That person isn't distracting to me. Like you're almost denying it or something. Like your ego is kind of going, oh yeah, you know, or your higher self is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you right back on track. You think you you think you got things under control, you know, and your ego just, you know, wouldn't step aside. I feel like so, but I feel like this is a person though, like you were dealing with. Okay, so, but yeah, the Fool. Yeah, so you had to choose yourself in that very moment. You know, here a lot of people these days think you're crazy. A lot of people think you're just out of your mind. A lot of people think that you can just, oh, this person could thinks they're too good for us now, or this person thinks they're too, you know, they just people just have this view that you think you're arrogant or something, or you're over the top confident, or you know that kind of energy. All right, but this is actually you. You may have a pet here. You may have a dog or a cat or whatever, but it feels like a dog mostly. You may own a pet. Okay, it's like they people you can't picture yourself without this animal, that kind of thing. This pet, this dog of yours. All right, this member of the family type energy. Okay, that's what I feel. Like there's just something more vibrant about your energy. Okay, there's something different. There's just a lot of confidence because a lot of yellow here in this Fool card, because the fourth house deals with family, home, and the emotions, and your emotional state is a lot better. Okay, it's a lot more vibrant. It's a lot more confident these days. It's a lot more authentic these days. Okay, that's what I feel. Yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So again, like you're making progress here when it comes to your purpose, because the fifth house deals with your higher self, your vitality, your life purpose, your romance and dating, self-expression. Okay, so all these things are starting to come into play here. You know, they're starting to. There's progress, as I mentioned. There's. It's not a lot of progress at time. It's not a lot at once, but it's progress though. It's about progress. That's all that matters. Water signs. Okay, that's all that matters. It's about progress. You made a lot of progress last year too when you were having to walk away from a bunch of people. You know, you had to understand how much you were people pleasing and all that stuff, and you know who you were as a person, identity wise, things of that nature. But now that you have all those things, now things are starting to come in without all of these energies intervening. Okay. um you're getting so much done now, as like what I'm hearing, water signs, you're getting a lot done. You're opening up your timeline, you're opening up your energy to opportunities with money. There's a lot of money based things here. Okay, money based energy. So yeah, we have the seven of swords and the placement of work, job, daily routine, and health. So I feel like you left a job recently. Okay, I feel that energy. I feel like you left a job. um you left one because of like shady coworkers or whatever, or shady bosses, whatever that case may be. Whatever the it just didn't feel like you, though, so, and things started to unfold. You weren't liked in the workplace, things like that, stuff happening to that nature. And you were just distracting yourself too, thinking that this job was for you, and now you're in a different direction. You may have gotten a new job already, or you're about to have one, that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Confirmation of that. But maybe people, your opinion didn't matter at this old place, you weren't allowed to talk or whatever. Like, that's the energy I feel. A lot of deception at that old job, and just your routine was thrown off already. Your health was thrown off. Okay, you weren't organized, anything like that. Everything was everywhere was erratic. You were constantly sick or whatever, as it feels like. Okay, but now that you've got this new job, or this new direction, you're a lot more healthier. You're much more happier. You're more confident. You're more authentic. All right, that kind of stuff. I feel like. All right, we have the Nine of Wands in the placement of the seventh house, which deals with our one-on-one relationships, business partnerships, open enemies as well. So yeah, I just feel like you're very particular about who you let into your circle, and that's quite changed, as well, because your inner circle at one point, your close circle has changed too, a lot, because of this tower moment that happened maybe 2 months ago. You had to look at your whole circle, your people around you, and they didn't really want the best for you and things of that nature. But I just feel like, it's because all these things were transpiring because it's trying to get you back on track with your stability. You know, you have to go and love yourself. You have to go and do things for yourself that you can do without having somebody else do it for you. That kind of stuff. It feels like, okay. The number nine here, number nines deal with Mars energy, so it's Aries or another water sign, another Scorpio that you're dealing with, or this you have these in your chart. I just feel like you're having to trust yourself once again, so you could trust others, so that way once you do open up to a person, if you choose that, that it won't be like a thing where you revert back to feeling that time you were betrayed and things like that. But right now, I just feel like this year in general it feels very stability based, and stability, inner stability, and tangible stability, like money and things of that nature. All right. So we have the Knight of Wands in the placement of the eighth house, which deals with our, um, sorry, y'all, I'm like having drawing a blank here, with change, evolution, like cycles ending, things of that nature. Um, so now you're going right at stuff, you're going right at whatever it is you're drawn to. Um, you're adapting, like the Knight of Wands gives me an energy of you're adapting quite nicely here. Like, you underestimate yourself when it comes to change. You thought you couldn't let go of that person. You thought you couldn't let go of that job, or you thought you couldn't let go of that mindset. While you've already exceeded your own expectations, exceeded expectations as far as what spirit was saw, spirit, saw like, wow, you caught onto that lesson rather quickly. They're impressed with that. You may be moving even here too. You may be planning to move, okay, water signs. I see that, you could be moving, planning to move, like it's going to be a something that you've never done before. Okay. So yeah, we have the 10 of swords in the placement of the ninth house, which deals with long distance travel, stepping out of one's comfort zone, optimism, your philosophies, okay, connection to the divine. So yeah, you cleared a big cycle here. You know, you dealt with a lot of hurt. You dealt with a lot of people that didn't have your best interests. Okay, tens are a new beginning, so you're stepping into that north node, whatever your north node is in your chart. It could be a water sign north node. It could be a Cancer north node, Pisces or Scorpio north node. Um, but either way, I just see something about, you're really paying attention to your goals and yourself and your stability and getting those things taken care of first before anything else even begins to come into your life, or like a lover, or that kind of thing. Like, you're not in that realm. You're not looking at that right now. I see more of the stability you're trying to get done. um that's what I see here. So yeah, exactly. This is something from the past. Okay, there was an ex here, an ex friend, ex lover, whatever, um, ex coworker. There's something there where there was a connection, all right, that you had to move on from. You had maybe a deep connection. Maybe it was intimate. It was hard to let go of. It was very much, you thought this person was, pretty much a part of you, was going to be in the future, and things like that didn't turn out that way. All right, and it just turns out this person was just blocking your opportunities, blocking your all of the things that you could do for yourself. It was this person, I feel like, was convincing you that you needed them, type of thing. You don't need this person, okay? And that's what they were trying to get you. They're trying to manipulate you into, just putting yourself aside for them. It's like this energy where they enjoyed being complimented, from you. You gave them all these compliments. It was just like they like to, they just like validation. I'm gonna say, like, they wanted validation from you constantly. You don't give them that, and they're not in your life anymore. And now they try to have this thing control over your mind, where they may, think of you in a way where they think, hope you fail, like that type of stuff, still. But I feel like you're more towards, that's pretty much like a thing, obviously, thing of the past, but, like, it doesn't affect you anymore. And this person may cross your mind at times, it's because this person's thinking of you, okay? Um, but either way, as long as you don't entertain that thought of you, seeing them in your mind, things like that, don't entertain that stuff. Because I see just a lot more things are getting done now. A lot more things are getting done. You're amazed at how much you could get done when you just focus on you. That's what I see. Yeah, we have the Nine of Cups in the placement of the 11th house, which deals with our acquaintances, social groups, social media, technology, unexpected change. So you're doing well with these unexpected changes, better than what people thought, is what I'm getting. Like, people thought you were just gonna fall on your face. People thought you were gonna completely go into a hole and hide. Like, that's not the case with you. Um, you're not that type of person where you're gonna do that. You're resilient. So, but there's a lot more getting done now, and stability is the first priority. That's the biggest thing, especially this month, I feel like. Okay, but you're gonna get some money, I feel like. You're gonna get some type of assistance with money. All right. So the Temperance card in the placement of the 12th house, which deals with our solitude, privacy, life behind closed doors, secrecy, spirituality, spirit realm. So everything, you're starting to, your energy, excuse me, so your energy is starting to feel lighter. Okay, it's a lot lighter. It feels more, it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel dense like it used to be. I feel like, okay, because you've let go of so much, you purge so much, you release so much. Now money and stability, everything is allowed is allowed to be there with you. That self-care, that buying things for yourself, making, like, doing all those things that this other person you've had to beg for to do for you. Now you just do it for yourself now, is what I'm getting. Water signs. Okay, that's what I see. Two of Pentacles at the bottom. Two of Pentacles was the energy of being sidetracked and repeating cycles. So you know there's maybe a little bit of that kind of energy lingering around, but you're aware of it though. I feel like, okay, so at the top we have the Knight of Swords. So listening to spirit, spirit is instructing you to move a certain way, not to tell anybody what you're going to do, what decisions you're going to make, things like that. Not to tell anybody, just move with spirit here. Spirit wants you to move with them, which I feel like you've been, at least especially the last 2 months, 2 weeks, you've been really listening to spirit. Okay, I'll do this instead of that. I won't say this. I won't share that. Like, that's the energy. Okay. And stability is that focus, getting that consistent flow of stability, flow of money, things like that. You may travel for that. Okay. And I see a lot of y'all, like I mentioned, I see y'all have a pet, that you have with you. With this dog here in this Fool card, so I see like an animal of some sort, like some type of small dog. Could be a Yorkie, could be, any type of little dog. But I feel like there's spirit had to get you back off of a relationship, with a friend or a roommate. It feels like too there's a roommate energy here too, an ex of some sort, just an ex roommate, ex lover, ex friend, like that person that didn't want to really live with you. Like, that's the energy I get too. Like, there's somebody that didn't really want to live with you after a period of time. It ran its course, things like that. All right. So, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Like, there was a lot, you're dealing with a lot of deceptive energies around you. But since you refocused your energy, a lot's getting done. And having either a new job, or going to have an opportunity for a new job, opportunity for money, with an offer of, like it's going to be involved. I don't know. I feel like you guys like work with handling other people's money. Like, that's your job type of thing. That's what I see. Like, you have a job like that, you know. But now it's just about how you feel with yourself and how you spend time with yourself. That's the most important thing for your water signs. And stability in all forms. Okay, abundance in all forms, prosperity in all forms. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. But you're thankful for what has happened now, with this tower in the first house. Like, you had to reevaluate yourself and who you were, your identity was. Like, am I really like that person, or do I really, am I negligent towards myself? Like, that was the energy. Like, you were negligent towards yourself. You didn't really pay attention to yourself too much. You paid attention to other people's lives, and you got involved in people's lives, and spirit had to, like I mentioned, intervene. All right, so let's do another spread over here real quick. I am available for personal readings, y'all. So I have my Instagram, the Cap Energy. My TikTok is Cap Visions. You could DM me on there if you're interested in a reading. I do mediumship readings. I do past life readings. I do astrology, natal chart, birth chart readings. I have 2-question readings. Any question, your specific choice. Mediumship readings. All right. So I do all those. All readings are an hour. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. If you're interested, message me on my Instagram, the Cap Energy, or Cap Visions, my TikTok, if you want to get a hold of me for a reading. All right. And I do my readings either by phone, or I do them on Instagram with the voice messages, where I send the picture of the reading. You don't have to be present during the reading. I send it to you, and you could listen to it on your own time, things like that. So, all right. So let's do one more spread for water signs here. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, all placements in between. Anything else here for water signs? Okay. But yeah, this water sign, you just, really just, you're just, that stability is starting to come in for you. I do see a lot, towards the middle of the year, you're getting all, really stable. Okay, or June, July-ish, you know, you just have to stay at what you're doing now with your job and things like that. Make sure you're spending time with yourself and creating your own life that you want and all that stuff. Okay, let's see here. All right. See at the bottom, Eight of Cups. So, yeah, there's a lot of courage that you've been courage in the name of self-love, in the name of your worth, in the name of like the life you want. Like that's the energy. You want a certain lifestyle or life, and you're not gonna stop until you get that. In the world, as I mentioned, travel is prominent too. You could be traveling later in the year. Okay, you guys could be traveling. We have Seven of Cups and Eight of Cups. So you're gonna be put into positions where you're gonna continue to show courage. All right. So yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the placement of the first house, which deals with our identity, our physical appearance, how we how people perceive us, how people perceive you. So there's a lot of that trust. Okay, planting new seeds. Okay, make sure to plant new seeds this year. All right, make sure those seeds are being planted. If the ones you already planted, just know that they are growing, they are showing up, they're showing up in your reality, things of that nature. So, and it's always it's about money. It's really is that's the main focus. Stability is a big thing for water signs. Yeah, Ten of Cups. So spending more time with your loved ones, with your family. What does your reality look like? What does happiness look like to you? This is in the second house of your self worth and self love. How you make it spend your money, your resources. Okay, so how does this look like to you? Is it looking good? Is it not looking good? What is it? What do you need to do? That type of thing. So I see a lot of y'all have a child here. You have like a son or a daughter. If you're a single parent, I see that. Okay, yeah, Ten of Cups again. The reason there's two the same card is because I have two tarot decks that I meshed together, so that's why you're seeing the same card twice. Anyway, but Ten of Cups here in the third house of your thoughts, your communication, your mind. So again, it's just about your taking care of your loved ones. Mainly taking care of yourself first, obviously, but it's about spending time with your loved ones is like the biggest thing for you this year, because that's about stability, inner stability, things of that nature. Yeah, we have the Six of Swords in the placement of family, home, and the emotions. So I do feel like at some point you are going to be moving, though. I do feel that you're having to detach from certain things. At some point you're going to have to move. At some point that this environment's not going to suit you anymore. Maybe in the next 4 months, 4 weeks, okay, even 4 days for some of y'all. Okay, number four is significant. The number four deals with unexpected change, so there's some unexpected things where you may have to move, or this person may feel like it's unexpected and you're moving, like you already planned it, but they didn't know that kind of thing. All right. So yeah, we have the Sun card. So again, a lot like I mentioned, so a lot of y'all have a son or a daughter, okay, that you're focusing on currently, taking care of your kids, your child. And at the same time, you're figuring out like what your purpose is in this life, your path. But at the same time, it's like your child is your inspiration. Does that make sense? Like your kids are your inspiration this year. It's just I'm gonna do this for them. I'm gonna make sure they don't have to go through what I had to go through. That kind of stuff. That's what I feel. Yeah, we have the Five of Cups in the placement of work, job, daily routine, and health. So you don't feel like you have to go and hide. You don't have to go and protect yourself anymore because you are grateful for what you have. Like early on, like last year, this is what you were feeling a lot of the time with this Five of Cups. You felt like you had to just hide away, avoid your emotions, avoid like your health deteriorating, avoid you being unorganized, and that kind of thing. Fives deal with Mercury, they deal with Gemini, Virgo energy. You could have those in your chart. But I feel like there's a lot of like self-inflicting thoughts. Your thoughts were just doing a lot of damage to yourself because you were just thinking nothing's going to get better. But now I see a lot more progress with that, and you're not in that energy anymore. If you find yourself kind of like that, you allow it to just kind of flow through, but you don't like linger. It doesn't linger anymore. Does that make sense? Yeah, Two of Cups. So, you're gonna be very particular about the people closest to you, okay? Who you allow closest to you. This is in the seventh house of one-on-one relationships, business partnerships, open enemy. So you're gonna be very particular, You're gonna make sure it's genuine. It's not gonna be like the last time when you were connecting with somebody that seemed very nice or whatever, You're just gonna have to trust your discernment. Twos deal with discernment and intuition. Okay. So Eight of Cups in the placement of eighth house, which deals with spiritual growth, evolution, and change. So again, like I just see a lot of travel here. I just see a lot of walking away and traveling. Eights deal with Saturn. They deal with could be restrictive at times and just lessons. Like the don't repeat lessons. You're not going to repeat lessons this year. That's your biggest goal. You're not going to fall into those same lessons. You're not going to have to do this again lesson type of stuff. Okay. Yeah, we have Knight of Wands once again. The ninth house of long distance travel. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of travel here. A lot of travel. Travel to learn about yourself, to expand on your path, your opportunities, like where you're going to live. Like there's something about that opening up. Travel is going to be opening up for you. Like you feeling like I could adjust to that. That seems like I can do that. I can afford that. Like I can afford living here, or I can live here. I can do that, like that type of energy. Like there's a sense of like, being more open minded here in water signs, I see. Yeah, we have the Six of Pentacles in the 10th house, which deals with a career, professional destiny, status in society, karma of the past, time, all right, fatherhood. Okay, so I just feel like you're not going to just put yourself to the side anymore. Like that's the biggest thing. Like I feel like, you used to give a lot of money away to people that, had no business, receiving money from. You didn't, you shouldn't have been helping them financially like that so much, because then you ended up broke yourself. That kind of stuff, like that kind of energy where you gave your energy, overreaching, people giving you a sob story when in reality they're just looking for some money or something from you, like that kind of energy. I feel like that's something you're not dealing with anymore, okay? Yeah, we have the Death card. So you allow the spirit to handle these things now. Like spirit's gonna, I listen to spirit and I move accordingly to spirit, like that kind of stuff. This is the 11th house of your acquaintances, the people around you, social media, technology. So I feel like social media is changing too for you. You like the way you present yourself on social media, the way you look, how you take pictures even, like your whole profile is changing, like everything's changing, like you're revamping everything, like you're gonna it's gonna match you what you really feel, instead of hiding something, you're gonna um show who you are, and you could be like this is energy of intimidating, like you're gonna be intimidating into a lot of people. um but it's like this is something you're okay with. I feel like number 13 could be significant, all right? So yeah, we have the Five of Cups, and once again, the placement of the 12th house, which deals with our spirituality, solitude, life behind closed doors, secrecy. Okay, spirit realm. So again, like you're not gonna hide away, you know, from people. You're not gonna hide yourself away from the world, essentially. And now when you don't hide yourself away, stability, everything just makes more sense. Everything it becomes more clear. There's a lot of more clarity. You spend more time with your loved ones. You have your priorities, in order, things like that. The Seven of Cups is at the bottom here. So there was a lot of illusion, that was given to you at first, by people, or like there's an energy where you see through the illusion, you see through that stuff, see through deception. It's like they can't run that on me anymore. They can't say that to me anymore and expect something, the same reaction out of me. We have the Two of Wands at the top. So you're very observant. So, you're very just understand how the external works, because when you're improving, spiritually, the external world will try to have a more of an influence on you and try to get you to fall into that world. But it's not about that. It's about you. Okay, it's about you, stability, that your priorities are now in order. they're starting to look like that. Okay. So, but that's what I got for y'all, water signs. Make sure to subscribe, comment if this resonated. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram, the Cap Energy. Follow me on my TikTok, Cap Visions. All right, so I post there as well. So, and I tend to go live on there on those platforms as well. So, remember, the more you heal, the more you notice. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay protected. I love y'all. Namaste.